Hello YouTube. This is a video of what you need to know before you do anything in the Blender. The first thing I see is a screen that states which version I use. In my case I have the 2.79b from 2018. To close the window, just click outside from the splash screen. Bottom left are the keys I press. The keys will also be the shortcuts I use. It's good to memorize the shortcuts because they will help you a lot. The first object I see is the cube. I also see a camera and a light bulb, and the interface that we will see in other video. The cube is located inside a grid that is a point of reference in space, and is the ground on which I will build my objects. Pressing the middle button and move the mouse rotate the whole scene. If I want to move the whole scene, press Shift and middle button and move the whole scene. If I rotate the mouse wheel, I zoom in and zoom out. Looking at the Blender viewport, I see three axes that correspond according to the Cartesian coordinates to the red X, the green Y, and the blue Z, where X and Y define the plane while Z is the height. How I move an object. There are arrows if I want to lift the cube according the Z-axis. I left click on the blue arrow, I lift it, I leave the click, and the cube remained. If I want to move it on the X and Y axis, I do the same. A second way is right-clicked on cube. Now is attachment to the cursor. I place the cube where I want, and then left-click. Another way is to press the G key, G, from grab. I place where I want and press left-click. If I want to cancel my command, I press Ctrl and Z. If I want to shrink or enlarge an object, press S from scale, and moving the mouse to the center or vice versa, the object shrink or enlarge. If I wanted to scale it in one axis, for example in Z axis, I put S and Z. Or we can combine two axes, e.g. X and Y. If by pressing the left click, and I regret my move, pressing the right click and I cancel the action. Rotation. If I want to rotate an object, I press the R from rotate. Of course the result is not right. That's why every time I want to rotate it, I also define the axis R and X. I see that it rotates around X-axis. Similar R and Y around Y-axis. And R and Z around Z-axis. At this point, I will show you the views that we have in the Blender. For what do this is hard with the cube, so we'll replace the cube with an object. I delete the cube by press the delete key. Now I inset an object, and this is done by pressing the Shift and the key A, monkey. Pressing 0 on the numeric keypad, I see through the camera. 1 front. Control 1 rear. 2 user perspective. 1 front. 3 right. Control 3 left. 7, above. Control 7 down. What is the origin? Each object has an origin point. The location of this point determines where the object is located in 3D space. If I left click anywhere in screen, I see the origin symbol to stay in this point. For example, if I made a new cube, I will make the cube with search bar. Press space and type cube. I will see is made in the new origin place. I made a cube. When the origin is without, I must drag it to this position. And that cost me time and effort. Now if want to return in original status, I press Shift+S/cursor to center, and the cursor place to center.